What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on my 2003 Jeep Wrangler. I'm in the process of finishing up. I've been working on this build for about a year now. It has been taking forever because I just haven't had the time to really finish it, but I got a bunch of stuff going on. I just had these new fenders come in from Genrite. I'm in the process of priming and painting some of the rear ones, getting all the body work done. I am going to be paint matching these. We are painting all of the new control arms that are finally finished. Just had everything aligned. Just had some new limit straps come in, so I got to get those mounted. Just a bunch of stuff going on. It's getting kind of crazy. You got the new tires mounted that are also going on. Doing some body work here. And then over here, we are in the process of just cleaning up some of the weld splatter. I'm going to get all this painted. Get the rest of the control arms off one at a time, mounted. I got a couple more brackets I have to grind off here. Got the body armor mounted. Also doing some body work on this. Going to paint match all these. Got some of the rocker guards mounted. Still have to do the front fender on this side, the rocker guards on the other side, and the rear fenders on the driver's side as well. So it's almost done. We got the gas tank finally fully mounted up. Everything's coming together. We're just about there. So in this video, we're going to get the rest of the stuff installed, mounted. You can see over there, we got some of the airlines coming back through. Have to get those mounted up as well. Tried to bleed the brakes the other day, and I was running into a little bit of an issue. I think the master cylinder just completely drained out when I was trying to bleed it. It just went bad, so I got a new master cylinder. I think you might have seen that on the bench in there. We're doing a bench bleed right now. Then we're gonna get the new one installed. Hopefully that fixes the brakes, and then we're pretty much ready to drive this thing. So I'm really excited. Let's just get right to the video and start working on this thing. Alright guys, so we just did a quick scuff and buff, I guess you can say. We just did a light sanding all over the surface. Took the little grinding wheel to some of the welding splatter just to clean it up the best I could. I'm super OCD about this stuff, so I would love to spend hours just cleaning it up, making it perfect, but I know I have to pick and choose my battles. I want to paint all these, paint all the armor, the fenders, the rockers, the body color, so I'm going to put more time into that. I'm just going to do a quick wipe down with some acetone, spray some primer, get some black paint on this thing, and call it good. I'm going to spray over some of this stuff here, like the diff cover, some of those bolts, all that's going to get replaced with new hardware, so I'm not too worried about getting overspray on that. So we're going to go ahead, get this thing sprayed down, and just move forward. Alright, so we just got a quick coat of primer on this thing. Again, it's not perfect, but it is an off-road vehicle. I'm not super concerned with it. It's protected from rust. That's the biggest deal. So we'll throw some black on that thing and call it good. So we're actually going to grind down some of these brackets first. Before I threw the paint on, I figured I might as well get the rest of this grinded down and then primed in so that I can just throw black all at once. Otherwise I'm going to be getting overspray over this, and it's going to be repeating the process. So we're going to go ahead and grind these down. I'm going to do this off camera because there's going to be too many sparks. I don't want the camera to get ruined. So we will be back in a second and continue on. Alright guys, so that was a massive pain in the ass, but it is all ground down. Just need to smooth it out a little bit more before I throw some primer on it, but those brackets are all gone. So now we just have to do the other side, and then we can get to painting. All right, guys, so we're waiting for the primer to dry. We finished grinding the other side, got it all painted. In the meantime, we're going to work on changing the master cylinder. So as you can see, we just finished bench bleeding it. All you do is plug the included kit, plug in the included hoses into the 2 ports, run the clear hoses into the container, and then you pump the piston a couple times. That'll bleed the system. You'll see a bunch of air bubbles come into it. Once that's finished, you're good to go. If you go back over to the Jeep here, so we already removed the old master cylinder. We're going to just bring the new one over, plug it in, or install it right here, put all the bolts back in, hook in the existing brake lines, and then go in the vehicle and bleed the brakes. So hopefully that fixes my brake issue, and then we will keep going. Alright guys, so it is the next day here. It got really dark on me last night, so I just stopped recording. It was really hard to see anything, but I did get everything painted. So just to give you guys a little preview here, it's not the best job ever. I mean, there's still grind marks all over the frame and everything, but it's, like I said, it's a Jeep. I use this to off-road. I'm not looking to make it a show Jeep or make it pretty, but I got the frame painted all the way back, got the axle painted all the way across. When I pull the diff cover off, I'll wipe all that down and get all the overspray off of it. I wasn't too worried about that. But we got both sides painted. This side's done as well, all the way down. So now really all I have to do is pull the skid plate off, clean that up a little bit, get that thing painted, and then remounted. Then pull the upper control arms off once I get the lower control arms back on. That way I can get those painted, keep the axle in place, and nothing moves on me. So we're just about there. We're gonna get the control arms back on right now, get the tires back on it, hopefully get the shocks installed, then pull the upper control arms off, and then we'll pretty much be ready to go. So we'll keep moving. Alright guys, so we just got the first upper control arm mounted. It's all painted and bolted into place. We just have to do the one on the other side, and that'll pretty much do it for all the painting and mounting of the rear. I'm going to get that control arm out first, and then while that's drying, I'm going to install this shock and then start torquing all these control arms down, get some grease in them, and then the rear will be finished. I also have the battery charging up front, so if all things go as planned, we'll be able to start this thing in this video as well. All right, we'll give that about 10 minutes, then we'll throw some black on it. So I'm sure a couple of you are gonna wonder why I'm painting these instead of powder coating them. Normally I would powder coat stuff like this, but the local powder shop company is like 4 or 5 weeks behind. It's just crazy. Everything's so backed up right now, so I don't wanna wait. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some of this engine enamel on. This stuff's pretty durable. I've used it in the past. It holds up pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead, throw a couple coats of this, and then keep going. I am running 1-inch wheel spacers just to get the overall stance just a little bit wider, just to give it a little bit more stability when off-roading. So since I didn't go with aftermarket axles, this will have to do for now. Maybe in a version 3 I'll do some really beefy, maybe Dana 60s or something. That'll just get them wider overall. Alright guys, well that's probably going to be a wrap for today's video. We got a lot done with the suspension. In the next video we're going to get the rest of the rocker guards on, the rear fenders, and then start doing the body work and start getting these things painted. So stay tuned for the next episode. It's going to be pretty awesome. This thing is coming to an end very quickly. All the paint turned out really good. We got all the shocks mounted. Everything just looks really good. So just have to do that skid plate still. But in the next video we'll continue working on this. So until next time, peace.